Greetings, everyone. I'm Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of manga hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1045, titled Next Level. So yeah, I guess this is gonna be a more of a even more of a show off of Gear 5th. Uh, so yeah, well, I guess we can go do much about it, but time to see how awesome this battle's gonna be. And to see it's gonna fall into the same trap that a lot of Black Clover fights fall into, or is it actually gonna be more consistent and more balanced? So yeah, anyways, we start with the narrator saying a new level, gear 5th! As then we have on top of the Skull Dome, I'm guess the car saying, Pan, I was sure you were a gunner after that. So then we have Luffy responding with, so was I! Ah, ha, 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 ha. That you are able to make your surroundings as we are kind of saying, since you are able to make your surroundings rubber, Pan, it should be safe to say you awaken your paramisia fruit. Oh, driving the nail down, it's not a paramecia, it's a Zoan. As then we have uh, Kaido saying, but something about this feels off. A transformation like this is more typical of a Zoan fruit as he goes into bite Luffy as he's like kind of swinging his like very confident face. As the which kind of makes me remind me of some Wukong from Lego Monkey Kid in the first season. And then so yeah, it's like there's a so yeah, I guess Karo would be more familiar with Zoan fruits than with Paramecia fruits in terms of this, which to be fair, one of Doflamingo and Katakuri, the Paramecia fruits do just change around, nothing physically, so this does make more look like a Zoan awakening, which is interesting. Now I'm not sure this is an unofficial translation or something, but by this accordingly, Kaido should know what an awakening is. And with that, I have to wonder a few things. Now, granted, he didn't say awakening on the Zoanpa, but I feel like he probably meant awakening as well. So I do wonder what if he's aware of awakening. How come none of him nor his subordinates seem to know awakenings? Maybe they do. It's just we're gonna wait for the final reveal or something. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But yeah. Anyways, then we have Kaido going there to chomp on Luffy, which he does actually chomp Luffy. And then we have Luffy like putting up like you bastard, and then Kaido just eats him. Gulp. And then Luffy just starts laughing. Then we get Kaido be like, huh? Oh. And then we get like this comical scene where we have Kyle be like, yoop, 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 yoop. It's kind of just bouncing. I mean, you've seen that in cartoons, in Looney Tunes. As he's like become like all like a kind of like just gets stretched onto like a pointer. It's like hop, gum, and then Luffy's gum balloon as he just inflates himself completely and just in the middle of Kyle's stomach is like yeah. And then we have Kyle screaming Paymon. It's like, you little! And then the Gum Balloons actually making Kaido float in the air as Yamato and Monosuke just watching that. As then we have the Yamato and Monosuke screaming like, what's that? What the heck is going on? No idea. It looks like Kaido put on weight? I mean, I don't think weight makes you go up. I think it makes you not go with anything. As then we have Yamato's like, is this some form of his awakening? I don't know. Maybe she's awakening. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe the official choices don't make it very clear. So yeah, anyways, then we have Kyle saying, "Damn it! How are you doing this? Your body's meant to be rubber, not mine." So I guess he's pointing out how this looks like. So, anyways, then we have where Luffy is right now. Is like, hee a pair of bright lights. Don't follow the light, Luffy. Don't follow it. And then we get Luffy stretching his arms out, where he's making them come out of Kaido's eyes. As Kaido's like, ah. As then we have what? And then we have Luffy getting up, using Kaido's nose to like prepare himself outside as Luffy's like, Gum Gum, escape rocket, and it's kind of like, ah! And Luffy's just laughing, nah, ha, 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 she. As we get him all happy, smiling, and then Luffy goes, makes some, I think, go, and then just, I think, inflates himself into the air, like, whoosh! And then he goes up, but as, we have Momosuke and Yamato looking up in the air. I guess the whole flower capital thing is no longer an issue because Momosuke is focused more on this. And then we have him, for Luffy saying "Gum Gum no," and Momosuke like, Luffy. And then we have Momosuke and Yamato looking and be like, "What?" As we see a giant Luffy saying "Gum Gum no giant gigant." I'm guessing it's supposed to be giant. And we have him showing up to literally stomp Kaido in the face. And like this very beautiful battle. Like this is a very awesome battle, honestly. And Sky just looks at it. Momosuke's then like, who is that? Well, actually, I think Yamato is that. I was like, who is that? What's Luffy's voice? What Luffy's voice is coming from that thing? Is that really him? So yeah, that's just suck at what they are watching. Then we have Luffy like "Gah!" as bite him. As then we have Luffy grabbing Kaido by his snake form, and then he uses Gum Gum no jump rope, and he just uses Kaido's like a giant jump rope, and just jumps around a little bit. Not good thing that they are in the air, not on the dome, because otherwise the roof will completely collapse. And then they going down, as then Kaido's like, blast breath, and then he has a hits Luffy down on. That actually is a pretty impressive side attack. And then he was like, it burns! And then we have Yamato be like, oh crap, he just took a blast breath head on! And then we see Luffy a bit far away or burned up and struts like it's in the old cartoons. And then Luffy's like, that's the last straw! Then he grabs his teeth, and I feel it becomes. I mean, is this Miss Popeye? Is that like spinach guy kind of thing? As he's in, like, he just starts rolling his eyes, his legs out as he's in the air. You see, like, whoosh, is like this actual fire from it. Poofs right back into Kyle, who's in his cyber form, uh, as we have Luffy using Gum Gum No, as I think it's supposed to be Jet Gatling or something, as Guys like Pan Pan, 3 words: Conquest, Ragnarok! As he jumps above Luffy and uses his combo to hit Luffy. And that hit is so fucking devastating that apparently also seems to increase Luffy's size as his head goes down to the ground with his eyes popping out and his uh, tongue actually looking like chocolate for some reason. As then we see Beastars like staring at their eyes are popping out. As then we see a bunch of artists having the same thing. Like we have Lars eyes popping out of his skull. We have and when I say popping out of his skull, I don't mean like that's like but I mean like pop like little bubbles as they're all staring in shock and crying. Except for Lion Kid because that was too badass for that. But as then Luffy sad gets stuck, but he just pushes his head back up to stairs. As then he's backing up. As then he's falling back into the place. As the car starts saying, it's like something of a picture book. I would say of an old cartoon, but yeah, sure, picture book. As then we have Luffy back, man, that stinks. And then Kyle like, I'll admit, you put quite the show, but still, you are at the end of your rope. You can't beat me. And then Luffy's like, shut up! I'm far from pant. As we see Luffy's hair going back to normal, as like, huh, pant. And then we see Luffy completely back to normal, like, Then we have Luffy's face like completely all structured and Gojo be like, I'm beat. As he just looks down And then Luke kind of like, what the hell are you? So yeah, anyways, then we have Kaido falling on his knees like, ugh, pant. Okay, you're right. I'm about to croak. Actually, that's Luffy. It's like, okay, you're right. I'm about to croak. This is taking a lot out of me. And the guy's like, you can rest easy and die. Then the tales will be told about how you all fought this war. And then Luffy's just like, who cares about that? I don't want a fucking story. I want a fucking battle. Well, not actually what's that, but that's pretty much like what I'm saying. It's kind of like trying to be like this noble warrior kind of here. And then Luffy like hits the, just kind of goes like, Pat, when you're dead, only your bones stick around. She. Is there have Kaido, Yamato, and everyone can still look at it. Yamato's like, it really is Luffy. He was unrecognizable with his hair and clothes all white like that. So I guess there was a bit of a clothing change as well. Is there everyone's gonna be like, but his voice is still fading quickly. Which now makes me wonder if this means that Luffy's gonna die after this, so it's gonna be like one of those recoils, which to be fair, now it's gonna actually work, but we'll see if that's the case. So yeah, anyways, then we have Luffy getting back up with his clothes becoming pure white again. As Luffy's like, we're not done yet! Isn't that right, Momo, Tama, Pan, Kinemon? So yeah, I guess it's the same names of everyone he's fighting for. And then we have him saying, surprising enough, Pedro. Kind of interesting. He's the one bringing him up. I guess Luffy found out about Pedro's death. I mean, I don't think we actually ever got his reaction to it. I think he was just, something that they told him off screen. But yeah, anyways, as he goes back to that form, as then we have Kyle smiling, he's like, whoa, hey, you're really gonna kill yourself. So yeah, anyways, then we have Luffy saying, after all of this, do you really think something like death can scare me? Get low again, heartbeat. As then we have him go back to that form, and then we have Kyle showing up saying, so be it. And then we have Luffy back into his phone, be like, that's it, this is the sound. And then we have I want to be like, what, Luffy, watch out. And then we have Luffy noticing that Kanabo coming at him, and it actually does hit straight Luffy in the head, which his head's actually like completely in the shape of how the Kanabo is. Like his tongue is the same spikes, his nose is the same spikes. Like that was just doing his all of the thing. As then we have you have to pick what? As then Luffy's like, it hurts, because it actually managed to avoid it. Well, he managed to run a bit away from it, but he still got hit in the head. As then he still has that face, as then Kyle full force goes into his ground. Then we see Kyle in a weird expression, or maybe that's just the unofficial color. It's just making it look darker than it really is, which can make him look sad. He then goes for another attack with his club as he hits the ground and then squishes Luffy. But then we see the ground becoming rubber again, and then just shoots Luffy in the air as he's like kind of looking like a weird. I want to say something like a cake, weirdly enough. As then Luffy's like, whoa! As he then like go like just spins around a bit in that form as he hits one of the boulders, as he now looks like some kind of frog, maybe a kappa. As like beep, 3, 2, 1, 0, as he just gets fired off like a rocket, which not many people think this battle's like a Pokemon battle for some reason. So as anyways, we have him shooting up. As he then starts to spin around, he just like sends a bunch of his fists all over the floor. As he's like, what in the world is he? This pure white transformation. So I guess the design is just white. As then we have guys saying he is coded with arm and conquest hockey, and can influence anything around him with his ability. He fights with such freedom and versatility. I've never seen anything like it. Honestly, if I want to describe it, it's not like this is like standard way of fighting. I don't really think it's that different. But maybe I'm just, not understand. Maybe it's just a translation thing, yeah. Because I feel like maybe that this is how most people fight. Well, maybe he was referring to the fact that maybe he was referring to Conquest Arc not being used the same way. But I feel like most people fight like this. Like you can do all those things, can't you? So yeah. Anyways, then we have Kirby like, there is no one in the world capable of taking me down. So yeah, anyways, then we have Luffy's hit. We like I said that like going right into Kaido's head and it going right through his fucking head. Like literally, we get in the next panel and we see Yama almost get shocked as we see Luffy's face right through Kaido's head and like it's like like a big circle through. Like he just like went into his skull through. As then we see a little bit later, Kyle falling down on the ground, eyes widened out. As then we have a close-up shot of Luffy's face as Luffy's like, I'm having the time of my life, Kaido. As then it's like, getting pumped. So yeah, I'm guessing this isn't the end of the chapter. I feel like this might mean that Kaido's just gonna go into his awakening form. But yeah, that was a weird way to end this chapter, though, to be fair. It is kind of fitting for Luffy to be hitting Kaido in this manner. Yeah, though I'm not exactly sure how the whole punching someone through the face, but like to a point is that your arms on the outside of it and then being fine worse with rubber. But yeah, so that's it for the chapter. Oh no, this is just a battle chapter, so there's not much to really talk about. But it is a fun as hell one. Like, I mean, you can complain about other stuff in the story, but in terms of like actual fights, pretty fucking entertaining and really fun. It also is great the fact that Kaido's out actually just so overwhelmed. Like he's able to get his kicks in, he's able to get his stabs in, like he's able to fight back. It's just Luffy's power is such a weird thing that he can't really know what to do with. As for if this is the end of the fight, I feel like it's not. It would be kind of like a weirdly underwhelming end of a fight. It's all just gonna be next chapter because of Wicked, then we're gonna get to the actual final portion of fights. But we'll see if this is actually goes full out. I feel like it could just be Awakening versus Awakening. It would make sense, and it'd be kind of weird if Kaido, one of the emperors, didn't have a fucking awakening, which, now that I say it out loud, would actually be hilarious if, you know what, wouldn't it be fucking hilarious and badass, but for Katakuri, if he, amongst the original four young crews, was the only one from them to have an awakening. Like, Mako has shown no signs of being awakening. Whitebeard had no signs of being awakening, although it's possible that's probably because, his ability would be so dangerous that awakening wouldn't be really necessary. But I feel like in my head, like you can even use the fact it's something later. We actively have seen awakenings right before the World War, the best. So you have to question that. So it would make sense for him not to use it. I guess you can make an argument for power, but we'll see. There's no confirmation about him using it. I think in the Viva cards. Shanks' crew, they might have it, but we have nothing to even go on their fruits. In fact, some people think they don't even, none of their crew members even have their fruits, so we'll see about that. Well, Blackbeard, honestly, that being awakened is probably like the only option because right now, by the looks of it seems like in all the crews, the only person that has awakening is Katakuri, which honestly is kind of hilarious in my opinion, but yeah. We'll see if Katakuri really is the only one amongst the Yonkos who actually has an awake, is the only member of our younger crew that was actually awakened. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.